ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री रामचंद्र सीताराम चंद्रभ्याम नमः। ओम श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 श्री राम जय राम। श्री राम जय जय मिलनी प्रीति की मिटाई बखानी। कभी कुल गम करम मन पानी। परम प्रेम पूरन दो भाई। मन बुद्धि चित अहमिति बिसराई। कहु स प्रेम प्रगति को करई। यही छाया कभी मति अनुसरई। कभी ही अरत आखर बलु साचा। अनुभरी ताल गतिहीन तुनाचा। अगम स्नेह भरत रघुबर को। जहन जाई मनु विधि हरि। सो मैं कुमति कहो के ही भाती। बाज सुराग की गाडर काती। मिलनी बिलो की भरत रघुवर की। सुरगन सभय धन की धर की। समुझाई गुरजर जागे। बरसि प्रसून प्रसंग सन लागे। श्री राम जय जय
राम। श्री राम जय जय राम।
मिली स प्रेम रिपुसूदन ही। केवतु भेटे राम। भूरि भाय भेटे भरत। लक्ष्मण करत प्रणाम सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम। श्री राम जय जय
राम। श्री राम जय जय राम।
भेटे उलकन ललकी लघु भाई। बहुरी निशादुलीन उर लाई। पुनि मुनि गण दिहु भाइन बंदे। अभिमत आशीष पाई आनंदे। सानुज भरत उमगी अनुरागा। गिरि सरसिय पद पदुम परागा। पुनि पुनि करत प्रणाम उठाए। सिर कर कमल परसि बैठाए। सब विधि सानुकूल अवसर केवतु धीर धतई जोरी पानी बिनवत प्रणाम करी नाथ साथ मुनि नाथ के मातु सकल पुर लोग सेवक से नप सचिव सब आई बिखल वियोग पर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
शील सिंधु सुनी गुरु आगवन सिय समीप राके रिपु दवन चले सवेग राम तेहि काला दरी धर्म धुर दीन दयाला गुरहि दीक सानुज अनुरागे दंड प्रणाम करन प्रभु लागे मुनिवर ढाई लिए उरलाई प्रेम उमगी बेटे दो भाई प्रेम पुलिक केवट कही नाम इन दूरी ते दंड प्रणाम राम सखारी शिवर बस बेटा जनु महिल तट स्नेह समेता रघुपति भगति सुमंगल मूला नवसराही सुर बासहि फूला एहि सम बिटप नीच को नाई बड़ बशिष्ठ सम को जग माही श्री राम जय
जय जय राम श्री राम जय
राम
जय जय राम
जही लखी लखन हुते अधिक मिले मुदित मुनि राव सो सीतापति भजन को प्रगट प्रताप प्रभाव श्री राम जय राम जय जय
राम श्री राम जय जय राम
आरत लोग राम सब जाना करुणा कर सुजान भगवाना जो जही भाई रहा अभिलाषी तेहि तेहि के तसि तसि रुख राखी सानुज मिली पल महु सब काहूँ कीन दूरी दुख दारुण दाहू यह बड़ी बात राम कह नाही जिमि घट कोटि एक रवि छाही मिल के वत ही उमगी अनुरागा पुरजन सकल सराहई भागा देखि राम दुखित मह जाड़ी जनु सुमेली अवलीम प्रथम राम बेटी कहते सरल सुभाय भगति मति भेई पग परिकीन प्रबोधु बहोरी काल कर्म विधि सिर धरि केरी जय राम जय
जय राम
गौरी सम सब सनमानी देहि असीस मुदित मृदुबानी गही पर लगे सुमित्रा अंका जनु भेटी संपत्ति अति रंका पुनि जननी चरणनी दो भ्राता परे प्रेम व्याकुल सब गाता अति अनुराग अम्ब उरलाए नयन स्नेह सलिल अनुभाए तेहि अवसर कर हर्ष विषादु किमि कवि कहे मूक जिमि स्वादु मिली जननी सानुज रघुराऊ गुरु सन कहू की धारिय ताऊ पुरजन पाई मुनि सनियोगु जल थल टकी टकी उतरे उलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय
राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय
राम
महिषुर मंत्री मातु गुर गने लोग लिए साथ पावन आश्रम गवन किए भरत लगन रघुनाथ सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम श्री राम जय राम जय जय श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय
राम जी से राम राम कहियो कहियो जी हनुमान जी राम जी से राम राम कहियो राम जी से राम राम कहियो बोलो राम जी से राम राम कहियो कहियो जी हनुमान ओ राम जी से राम राम
कहियो कहियो जी हनुमान जी
सिय आई मुनिवर पर लागी
उचित
शीस लगी मन मागी गुरुपति की नहीं मुनि बिन सो
मिली प्रेम कहि जाहि न चेता
रे बंदी बंदी पगसिय सबही के
आसर बचाए प्रिय जी के
सासु सकल जगसिय निहारी
उदय नयन सहित सुमति
अरे परी दीर्घ परी बदिक सुबस मुनहि मराली
दीन कर तार कुचाली
तिनसी अनिरखि निपट दुख पावा सो सब सुनी जो प्रेम सुहावा जनक सुता तब उर धरि धीर नील नलिन नयन
भर नीरा
मिली सकल सनहिन सिय जाई
तेहि अवसर करुणा महि छाई
मिली सकल सिनहि सिय जाई तेहि अवसर करुणा महि पाए राम जी से राम राम कहियो कहियो जी हनुमान जी ओ
राम जी से राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान जी
आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला विकल लागी लागी पद रवनिसिय बेटगी अति अनुराग हृदय सईस प्रेम बस सब रानी, बैठन सब ही कहे वो गुरु ज्ञानी। कही जग गति मायिक मुनि नाथा, कहे कछुक पर मारथ नाथा। नृपकर सुरपुर गवनु सुनावा, सुनि रघुनाथ सहु दुख पावा। मरण हेतु निज नेहु विचारी, मैं अति विकल वीर धुरधारी। पुलिस कठोर सुनत कटुबानी, बिलपत लखन सिय सब रानी। शोक विकल अति सकल समाजु, मानहु राजु अकाजु आजु। मुनिवर बहुरी राम समुझाए, सहित समाज प्रतु निरंबु तेहि दिन प्रभु कीन्हा। मुनि कहे जलु भोरु भये रघुनंदन ही, जो मुनि आय सुदीन। श्रद्धा भगति सप्रेम प्रभु, सो सबु सादरु कीन। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
करि पितु क्रिया वेद जैसे बरणी, बेपुनीत पातक तम तरणी। जासु नाम पावक अगतूला, सुमिरत सकल सुमंगल मूला। शूद्र शोभयउ साधु सम्मत अस, तीरथ आवाहन सुरसरी जस। शूद्र भये दुई बासर बीते, बोले गुरु सन राम प्रीते। नाट लोग सब निपट दुखारी, कंदमूल अम्बु आहारी। सानुज भरत सचिव सब माता, देखी मोही पल जिमि जगु। सब समेत पुर जारी अपाऊ, आप विहा अमरावती राऊ। बहुत कहेऊ सब कियहु बिठाई, उचित होई तस करि गोसाई। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
धर्म सेतु करुणायतन, कसन कहु असुराम। लोग दुखित दिन दुई दरस, देखि लहु विश्राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
बोलो राम बचन सुनि सबय समाजु, जनु जल निधि महु विकल जहाजु। सुनि गुर गिरा सुमंगल मूला, भयउ मनहु मारुत अनुकूला। पावन पयति हूँ काल नहाई, जो बिलो की अघ ओगन साही। मंगल मूर्ति लोचन धरी धरी, निरकही हरच दंडवत करी करी। राम शैल मन देखित जाही, जह सुख सकल सकल दुख नाही। झरना झरही सुधा सम बारी, त्रिविध तप रूप हर त्रिविध भया विटप बलि तृण अगणित जाति पल प्रसून पल्लव बहुभाति सुंदर शिला सुकद तरु चाही जाई बरही बन सभी के श्री राम जय राम जय जय श्री राम जय राम जय जय सरनि सरोरु जल बिहग कूजत गुंजत भृंग बैर बोलो बैर बिगत बिहरत विपिन मृग बृहंग बहुरंग
राम जय राम
जय जय राम
श्री राम
जय राम
जय जय राम
अरे फूल की रात मिल बनवासी मधुसूची सुंदर कारु सुरासी धरी धरी परन फूटी रवि रूरी कंदमूल फल अंकर जूरी सबहि देहि करी विनय प्रणामा कही कही स्वाद वेद गुण नामा देहि लोग बहु मोल न लेगी तेरथ राम दुहाई कघगी सनेत मगन मृदुबानी मानत साधु प्रेम पहिचानी तुम सुप्रीति हम नीच निषादा पावा दर्शनु राम प्रसादा हम ही अगन अति दुर्सि तुम्हारा जस मरुधर देव दे धुनि धारा राम कृपाल विषाद नेवाजा परिजन प्रभु चहे जस श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
यह जिन जानी सको चुतजी करिय चोहु लखिने हूँ हम ही कृतारत करन लगी पल तुम अंकुर लेहू श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम बोलिए राजा रामचंद्र की बोलिए पवन पुत्र हनुमान की कहो प्रेम से रघुपति राघव राजा राम बंधुगणों मिल कहो प्रेम से रघुपति राघव राजा राम मुदित चित्त से घोष करो पुनि पतित पावन सीताराम मुदित चित्त से घोष करो पुनि पतित पावन सीताराम जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सब गाइए जय जय रघुपति राघव
राजा
राम पतित पावन
सीताराम
जीहा जीवन सफल करो कहा जय रघुनंदन खोल बोलो मत चूको, जानकी वल्लभ सीता। बोलो जय जय रघुपति
राघव राजा
राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। गौरुचिर अभ नव घन श्याम छवि, जय लक्ष्मण जय जय श्री रामा। भरत अनुज रघुबर के, भरत शत्रुघ्न शोभा राम। जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित
पावन सीताराम।
बंदगनों मिल कहो प्रेम से, रघुपति राघव राजा राम। मुदित मुदित चित्त से घोष करो पुनि, पतित पावन सीताराम। जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम,
पावन सीताराम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम।
जय जय राम
ओ जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम।
जय जय राम
जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम
जय
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 राम
राम
सिया
सिया
राम।
राम
जय जय राम सिया राम
जय
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 राम सिया राम। जय जय राम सिया राम जय राम सिया राम। राम 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 बोल। राम 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 बोलो। राम 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 बोलो। राम राम राम। बोलिए राजा रामचंद्र की।
मेरा राम जी कृपा के सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा राम के कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो मेरे राघव, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। मेरा राम जी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा राम के कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा राम की कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो मेरे राघव, करते हो मेरे राघव, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। मेरा राम की कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा राम के कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा राम के कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
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 मंगल भवन मंगल हारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
द्रव उस दशरथ अजीर बिहारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम सदा सेवक रुचि राखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम सदा सेवक रुचि राखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
वेद पुराण साधु सुर साखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
वेद पुराण साधु सुर साखी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
प्राण जाई वरु वचन न जाई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम
जय
जय राम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बो फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा निःशेष जाड्यापहा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। बोलो
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राम कथा के तई अधिकारी जिनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी।
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम।
राम चरण बारिज जब देखूं तब निज जन्म फल कर लेखो।
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम।
रामचंद्र गुण बरन लागा सुनत ही सीता कर दुख भागा।
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम।
सीता राम चरण रति मोरे अनुदिन बढ़उआ अनुग्रह तोरे।
श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम।
कोमल चित अति दीन दयाला कारण बिनु रघुनाथ कृपाला
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
होई सोई जो राम रचि राखा को करि तर्क बढ़ावे साखा
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
बोले लखन मधुर मृदुबानी ज्ञान विराज भगति रस सानी
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
काहू न को सुख दुख कर दाता निज कृत कर्म भोग सब भ्राता
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा जो जस कर सो तस फलु चाखा
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
अवध तहाँ जह राम निवासु तहि दिवस जह भानु प्रकाशु
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
मोरे तुम प्रभु गुरु पितु माता जाऊं कहाँ तजी पद चल जाता
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम 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 बोलो
राम 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 सीता राम राम
राम राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. Let me welcome all of you to our satsang tonight. We are seeing Ayodhya Kaanda. Last night we stopped at 240. Milani Preeti ki Jai Bakhani, the meeting of Bhagavan Sri Ram and Bharat, great incarnation of Bhagavad Bhakti. Bhagavad Bhakti, if it is incarnated, that is Bharata, and that meeting took place, Tulsidasi describes after 240. About this meeting. मिलनी प्रीति के मिजाई बखानी
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
कभी कुल अगम करम मन बानी
श्री राम जय जय राम
परम प्रेम पूरन दो भाई
श्री राम जय राम जय जय
मन बुद्धि चित्त अहमिति विसराई।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
जय रघुराम
रघुराम
जय सीताराम
सीताराम
जय श्री राम जय श्री राम। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। मिलनी प्रीति किमि जाई बखानी. Tulsidas ji asking, and he surrenders. As a poet, he surrenders because there are certain things that poetry also cannot explain. No matter how great your poetry is and how great your literary skills are, there are many things that you will not be able to explain. Even though we have speech, there are so many things that we cannot explain. There is no big thing for us to understand. You just have to think from an ordinary standpoint also. Suppose you meet an alien and you have to explain to the alien what sugar tastes like because he has never tasted anything sweet. Right? The alien has never tasted anything sweet. Now explain. How you will explain? You can't even begin because he does not know what is sweet. If he doesn't know what is sweet, no matter what you say, he will not understand what you are telling. So thank God and pray that you don't meet an alien. Milani Priti, Kimi Jai Bakhani, this love which exists between Bhagwan Ram and Bharat, Tulsidas is the poet now. How will I explain? How anybody could explain that? Kabhi kula agama karama mana bani. With body, speech and mind, but these are the instruments we have. We have this body, we have speech, and we have a mind. Instruments. With any of these instruments, he says, that love between two of them is agama. It is unknowable to us. With our body, speech and mind. Kavi kula, the whole, all families of kavis. Kavi means poets. Kavi kula agama, this thing between both of them. Paramape Puran do bhai. The two of them, Bhagwan Ram and Bharatji, two of them meeting there last night, we saw this meeting. They were totally immersed, lost, and now, I told you Tulsidas also is very much conversant with all our scriptures. He himself tells in the beginning, Nana Purana Nigama Gama Sammatam, yet all Puranas and Upanishad, Vedas, everything. And everything he has packed into this Ramayana. He says here, Manabuddhi Ati, Manabuddhi Chitta, Ahamiti Bisarai. That Bhagwan Ram and Bharat, when they met, they transcended body, they transcended the four parts of the Antakarana. Now see, there is Vedanta. So he brings in Vedanta from Upanishads and all also. The Antakarana means whatever is inside this body has four parts. It is called as Mana, Chitta, Buddhi, Ahankar. Those four parts are actually four parts of one instrument called the Antakarana. Like an arm has several parts, no? An arm has several parts. It's one arm, but it has shoulder, it has elbow, it has wrist and hand, isn't it? Different parts. So, in the same way, one instrument called the Antakarana inside, by which you do all your thinking and feeling and all the different, whatever, planning and judging and so many things you go on doing all the, na? All of these belong to one instrument called as the Antakarana, and that Antakarana has these four parts. It's called as Mana, mind, Chitta, memory, Chitta, Buddhi, intellect, and Ahankar, ego. This is the four parts. So Tulsidas now is using exact same words, and he's saying that when Rama and Bharat met, they transcended these two of them beyond Manachitta Buddhi Ahankar. Forgot, transcended that thing. That meeting was such, not any ordinary meeting that we know. Kahu supem pragata ko karai kehi chaya, by which stroke of imagination can a poet ever describe it? Kavihi artha akhar balu sacha. The poet has at his disposal, and this is true. If you really want to become any poet, please see this. It's a nice thing. The poet has at his disposal, he says here, artha akhar balu sacha. He has the meanings and he has words and meanings. This is what a poet has, right? But he says, anuhari tal gatihi natu nacha. But for those words and those meanings to be of benefit to anybody, the one who is the director, you know, an actor has acting skills, but when he comes on the stage, if the director is not any good actor, the director, then what this actor will demonstrate for us? The director has to be a good director. So he says, we the poets, we have words and meanings, but there is another director. Bhagwan, right? What he directs, that is what we write. But in other words, a poet has to be one who has surrendered to Bhagwan. Then nice words will come through his pen. If he has not surrendered to Bhagwan, words will come through his pen, but nobody will read. Have you seen that? There are so many countless books. I've written books upon books upon. Who reads? Nobody reads. The one who wrote it, he alone reads it. Every day take it up and go on there, read a little bit. But the one who was surrendered to God like Tulsidas ji, who was surrendered to Bhagwan like Tulsidas ji, he gone 500 years, but all of we still reading. Correct? But the one who was surrendered to God. So his pen was directed by the master director. Our pen is directed by our own ego and all that, so nothing happens. Agama saneha bharat raghu barako jahana jai manu vidhi hari harako. It means where Bhagwan Ram and Lakshmana and Bharat, when they met like this, that state where they reached, both of them, where Bharat and Rama reached, that state within where they reach, that depth where they reach. See the power of Tulsidas' word. He says that depth, that state, Jahana Jai Manu Buddhi Hari Harako. Vidhi Hari Harako means to say that state is unknowable even to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. I mean, that state is so deep, so profound, unknowable even to Brahma, Vishnu. This is the words of Tulsidas, you know. When the two of them met, and that is why there everybody lost consciousness. We saw that last night. Nobody knew how Bhagwan Ram met Bharat. It is as though the phenomena dissolved. So me kumati kahau kehi bhanti. Tulsidas asked the question. If that state is unknowable even to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, then how a foolish poet like me could describe that state that both of them reached? Then he gives an example. He says, Baja Suraga ki Gandara Tati. If you take out the string from a veena and you put some grass, you take out the string from the sitar or the veena and you put grass, you go play any tal. What tal it will play? In the same way, I am like the grass in the veena. This poet is like the grass in the veena. Can't play anything. In other words, can't explain anything. Milani bilo ki bharat raghu barki suragana sabhaya dhaki dharaki. Tulsidas' description of it. The gods, when they saw, and this is what Indra was afraid of, he did not want Bharat to meet Ram. We saw that on the previous day. And now when they saw this meeting, and the Devatas looked down and saw this meeting, Tulsidas' word is dhaki. Dharaki. Their heart started palpitating, they became scared. They became scared. The gods. Huh? Then, Samujhaye Sura Guru Jara Jage. And then the Guru, Sura Guru Brihaspati Ji Maharaj, he explained to these dull-witted gods, Tulsidas Ji's words. Jada. Jada means dull-witted. Tulsidas Ji says, the Guru explained to these dull-witted gods, and then they jage. Then they woke up. Because they became so scared that now Bharat will take back Bhagwan Ram to the palace to Ayodhya. And then who will kill Ravan now? That was their worry. So they became scared. But when the Guru explained to them, they woke up. And now only Bara Shahi Prasun Prasam Sana Lage. Now they rain down flowers. Otherwise, they're always waiting for nice occasion to rain down flowers. But when they saw this, they became scared. They forgot to rain down flowers. They lost all their prior enthusiasm. That is the idea. Milisape maripusuda nahi kevatu bheteu Ram. Then, now see who met. So far, we are seeing that Bhagwan Ram met with Bharat. That was the only meeting so far explained. Now, Milisape maripusuda nahi kevatu bhete Ram. Then Rama met Ripusudan, means Shatrughna, because he was coming with Bharat. So after meeting Bharat, next person in line is Ripusudan, Shatrughna. Ripudaman, Ripusudan, Shatrughna, Shatruhan, all is the same, eh? These are different names for the same. Last brother. Then Kevatu, then Bhagwan met Guha. Guha is also called as Kevat. Bheteu Ram. Then Bhuri Bhai Bhete Bharata Lakshmana Karata Pranam. And Lakshman rushed to the feet of Bharat, and Bharat brought him to his heart and met him with so much of love. The same Bharat who Lakshmana wanted to kill. You remember? Lakshmana was telling, just give me the permission, Bhagwan. I will go there and I'll put him to lie on the battlefield. That was Lakshmana. Bheteu Lakana Lalaki Laghu Bhai. And then Lakshmana met his beloved little brother, his younger brother. Lakshmana's younger brother, Shatrughna. Younger brother means younger by about 5 seconds. Because they were twins, you know. You see, even 5 seconds means something. Because if he born first, he bigger way guru. He always tell his brother, we say in Trinidad language, hey, I bigger than you, eh? You bigger than me or I bigger than you? Bigger means older. That's Trinidad language. So Lakshman could always tell, I older than you, eh? By 5 seconds. Bahuri nishadu lini uralai. Lakshmana met Shatrughna and then he met Nishad. Lakshmana was doing pranam to Bharat when Bharat lifted him to his heart. Puni muni gana duhu bhayena bande. And then the two brothers, Rama and Lakshmana, they did salutations to all the, Bharat and Shatrughna, they did salutations to all the munis, because remember Rama was there with all munis. He was sitting in Chitrakoot with all munis like that. Like this, it goes on and on. Son, you pay attention. Now who is there? Who is me? The reason why I'm going through all of this, and that's why you have to pay close attention, because you have to be thinking about Ramayana. Whole day you're thinking about all the other things in this jagat, isn't it? In this sansar, whole day you were thinking about all other things. Now you think about Ramayana only. Forget about all the other things. So I'm telling you for a reason. Who met? Who? They are meeting now. Sanuja Bharata Umagi and Uraga. Dharisira Siya Paduma Paraga. And then Bharat fell at the feet of Sita ji. Puni Puni Karata Pranam Uthai. Again and again Bharat stayed at her feet, and he didn't want to get up. She had to lift him up from her feet. Sirakara Kamala parasi baithaye. And she rubbed her lotus hand on his head, on Bharat's head, like that. Now, Tulsidas ji explains. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Siya Asis Dinima, Siya Asis Dinima Namahi. Shri Ram Jaya Magan Sane De Suthi Nahi. Shri Ram Jaya Sab Vedi Sanukul Lakhi Sita. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Bhenis Chaur Apadar Bita. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Raghurama. Jai Sita Rama. Jai Sita Rama. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Siya Asis Dinhi Manam Mahi Magan Saneha Deha Sudhi Nahi. When Sita ji blessed Bharat, Bharat lost consciousness of his body once more. Sababidhi Sanukul Lakhi Sita Bhe Nisocha Ura Apadara Bita. Now, you see, when she blessed him and he realized that she was very, very much calm and peaceful and agreeable and all of that, Tulsidas ji now finally tells, Bhe nisocha ura apadara bita. That from his heart, all his fears went away. All Bharat's fears went away. Only when Sita blessed him. When Hanumanji met Sita ji for the first time, and we'll see this in Sundarkand, Hanumanji said, now I have become Krita Kritya, fulfilled in life. There is nothing else for me to achieve. Krita Kritya is a Sanskrit phrase. It means I have achieved the end all and be all of life. There is nothing else to achieve. He had gotten darshan of Rama, but he did not say I have Krita Kritya. You look out for this. Now, when Sita ji blessed Bharat, but Bhe Nisoch, he became free from all sorrows, all worries, all such things. Second thing, Ura Apadara Bita, and all his fears went away. This has its own Laukik side, but this has also its spiritual side. The spiritual side is, see, we say that if we get the darshan of Ram and we don't get the peace of Ram, the ananda of Ram, the joy, if you get sugar and you eat and you didn't taste anything sweet, that means you have COVID. You get sugar and you taste it and it tastes sweet. But if you're going to eat sweet from a sweet shop, right? And then you put it in your mouth and it's not sweet, then that not sweet? When you taste the thing, you're supposed to get the sweetness also. You're going to buy jalebi and you eat it and it's not sweet. Would that not jalebi? Like fried flour? It has to be Sweet, isn't it? In the very same way, if I get Ram darshan and I don't get peace, well, something lacking, isn't it? Something missing. So Sita represents the peace and the ananda, shanti and ananda of Rama. So if we get darshan of Ram alone and we don't get darshan of Sita ji, darshan not yet over. That is the idea. Because we still haven't gotten the peace. That's it. You eat the jalebi before the fella soak it in the sugar. Isn't it? So, here when Sita ji blessed him, all his sorrows, all his fears went away. Both the things Tulsidas ji said, all sorrows and fears went away. Only when Sita ji blessed. There's one more thing also. Bharat would have had in his mind as he was coming. Because Sita ji is with Ram, Bharat would have thought, I am responsible for the banishment of Ram. And when he meets Sita ji, I am the one who is responsible for the banishment of your husband. But when he sees Sita ji is Sanukul. Sanukul means she is very much agreeable and very much at ease. He realized she is not upset with him. So from the Laukik standpoint, she is not upset with him. Even though I did her husband such a great blow, she is not upset with Bharat. So that also from a Laukik standpoint. I just told you the two standpoints, Adhyatmik and Laukik. Then Tulsidas ji said, Kou kichu kahai na kou kichu pucha. Now, all these meetings happened. Rama, Bharat, and Lakshmana, Bharat, Guha, Sita ji, Bharat, and Shatrughna, all of them, I told you all so far. Tulsidas ji, now nobody spoke anything and nobody said anything. And nobody asked anything and nobody said anything. What is very interesting is, all this while as we were coming, over and over, Bharat was telling, over and over, that I am Papi, I am sinner, I caused Rama to go to the forest, and then he had to justify to Kausalya ji. He had to justify to Kausalya ji, Ma, I had nothing to do with this. I had nothing to do with Kaikeyi asking this boon or any such thing. So all this justification, and then when he came also to Bharadwaj Muni's ashram, again he had to justify, I had nothing to do. And Bharadwaj Muni told, I know you had nothing to do with that. And now, when you feel that you have done somebody a blow like that, right? When you meet Rama, the first thing he was supposed to tell is, Prabhu, I had nothing to do with. That was supposed to be the first thing, na? Because that is what was in his heart. But he mentioned nothing. It means to say the meeting of Rama, or that meeting with Rama, cleansed his mind of all such thought. And this is what bhakti or devotion is supposed to do. If we get this devotion in our heart, this thing will remove all our clinging on of the past. Oh, because of me, I took this birth and I'm son of Kaikeyi and this cake and whole thing. All that will just, not a word he didn't say. Prabhu, I had nothing to do with this, you know. So now Tulsidas says, Kou kichu kahi na kou kichu pucha. Nobody said anything and nobody is asking anything. Everything became quiet. Now that silence is broken now by Guha. Prema bharamana nijagati chucha. Means everybody was so filled with love and nobody was asking anything, nobody was saying anything. But now Guha breaks the silence. Nath Sath Muni Nath Ke Matu Sakala Pura Log. Guha says, Prabhu, the Guru has come also. Guru Vasishta Maharaj has come. And also the mothers have come. But remember, Bharat, at this stage, maybe I did not mention to you, I realized I did not mention, Bharat had left the party and he was ahead. Because remember when he started thinking about Ram, his feet started walking faster and faster and faster. He was ahead. So he reached there, the ashram of Bhagwan Ram. Before that, entourage was still coming slowly. Sevakas. Senapa, Sachiva, Saba Aye, Bikala Biyoga. All of them separated from you. The army and all the sevaks and all the ministers and everybody separated from you. All of them, they are behind and they are all suffering from so much of discomfort, separated from you. He describes Tulsidas ji, when Rama heard that the Guru has come. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
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 Seal Sindhu Suni Gur Agavanu.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Siya Sameep Rakhe Ripuvadanu.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Siya Sameep Rakhe Ripudavanu.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Chale sabeg Ram te kala.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
धीर धर्म धुर दीन दयाला.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram. How Tulsidas ji never runs out of words to describe Bhagwan Ram. Seal Sindhu, Bhagwan Ram, who is the ocean of good qualities and good character and all that. Seal Sindhu, ocean of goodness, ocean of propriety and all. Seal Sindhu Sunis, Gura Agavanu. Hearing from Guhara, the Guru has come. Siya Sameep Rakhe Ripudavanu. He left Sita ji with Ripu Sudan, with Shatrughna. You please stay here. And Chale Sabeg Ram Tehi Kala. And Rama bolted out to meet the Guru. Ran there to meet the Dhira Dharma Thura Dina Dayala. All the word description of Ram. The one who is wise and who is the upholder of Dharma. That I am sitting here and the Guru is there. No, he got up and he ran there. Otherwise, in our life, if we are sitting here and we heard that the Guru, no, I better hide. We are here and the Guru is there, we better hide. Especially if you just coming out of KFC. Hey, correct or not? I hope I'm not pulling any cords anyway. Bhagwan ran there because he is Dharma Dhura. Dharma Dhurandhar, one who is the upholder of Dharma. That a disciple cannot sit here and the Guru is right. There, the one who is upholds Dharma, he runs to meet the Guru there. Gura hi dekhi sa nuja anurage. Both Lakshman also ran with him. And seeing the Guru, danda pranama karna prabhu lage. He fell like a stick in front of the Guru. Danda means a stick. And Dandavat pranam means to fall down like that, straight like a stick. Muni Bharat hai liye uralaya. The Muni ran towards him and brought him to his heart. Prema umagi bhete do bhai. Two of them. The Muni brought them to his heart. Prema pulaki ke vata kahi namu kina durite danda pranamu. And the Kevat also now, Guha. Telling his name, he does Dandavat Pranam also. And Tulsidas ji goes into a nice description. The Guru does The Guru runs to Kevat who has fallen on the ground. The Guru goes to Kevat also and describes Rama Sakha Rishi Barabasa Beta Janu Mahi Luthata Saneha Sameta. The Guru lifts Kevat off the floor and brings him to his heart. It is a very moving thing. I want you to see it nicely. Tulsidas's description. Kevat on the floor. Kevat on the ground. The Guru lifts him and brings him, means Guha on the ground. The Guru lifts him and brings him to his heart. Janu Mahi Luthata Saneha Sameta. Like Sneha, love for Bhagwan. Like love itself lying on the ground and the Guru collecting the love and lifting it up. Kevat had melted into love. That is the description. Means Guha. Guha had melted into love. And Guru picked up love from the floor. Lying on the floor. That is the idea. Raghupati Tulsidashi describes. Next, Chaupai says. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
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 Raghupati Bhagati Sumangal Moola.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Navasarahi Sura Barsahi Poola.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Ehi samane patni ko nahi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Bar Vasishta sama ko jag mahi.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Raghupati Bhagati Sumangala Moola. Devotion to Bhagwan Ram is the root of all goodness, all auspiciousness, all greatness. This is first line. Then Navasarahi Sura Barisahi Phula. The gods rain down flowers. When what is happening? Guru Vasishta lift up Guha, who had melted on the ground like love. Guru Vasishta lifted him to his heart and brought. And now the gods see it as such a momentous occasion to rain down flowers. Why it is so great? Tulsidashi describes in the next line. Ehi sama nipata nicha ko nahi. This is one half of the line. The other half of the line on one side. Bara Vasishta sama ko jagamahi. Who is there in this world who is greater than Vasishta Maharaj? Who became the Guru of Bhagwan? Who is greater than Vasishta? And on this side, Guha, who is there the lowliest in this world than Guha? Ehi sama nipata nicha ko nahi. There is nobody. Guha is considered to be what? You see, the caste is there, right? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. The people who live in the jungle, they don't even have a caste. They are also outside that. So Tulsidas is the lowliest of the low. And Guha, Vasishta Maharaj on the other side. Highest of the high. And he lifts this one and brings him to his heart. And why? Rama Sakha Rishi Baravasa. Because he is a friend of Ram. The Raghupati Bhagati Sumangalam. Why he became a friend of Rama? Because he has so much devotion for Ram. And so the devotion for Ram can turn the world upside down. Something that is unthinkable, not in dream even. But the society was such at the time that even the shadow of Guha could not fall on Vasishta Maharaj. They used to consider even the shadow of this fellow, if he falls on the sage, he becomes impure. What to talk of touching him? And see how the Vasishta, what we call as trendsetters. Trendsetters, those who bring about revolution in thinking. Because after a long period of time, thinking gets corrupted. Everything gets corrupted. There's a natural law in the universe. The law is called the law of entropy. Entropy. Entropy is things naturally by themselves get worse and worse and worse and worse. You don't have to do anything. So if you leave this here for a few days, it will get better or worse? It will get worse. You build this temple and you leave it for 20 years. Don't touch it. Build the temple and leave it for 20 years by itself. The temple will get better or worse? Law of entropy, it is called in physics. A physical law. So that is, everything is like that. Bhagavan is telling in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that in the beginning, I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. Vivaswan manave praha. Manu ikshvakave bravit. Ikshvakave bravit. Right? I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. Vivaswan to Manu, gave it to Manu. Manu gave to Ikshvaku. And like that it came, I said, Sakale ne hamahata yogo nashta parantapa. That over a long period of time, the knowledge doesn't get better and better and better. It gets worse and worse and worse and corrupted and finally, nashta. His words. The knowledge gets lost, totally destroyed. Nobody has any knowledge. Isliye, mere priya sakha, my dear beloved friend Arjuna, today I again give this knowledge to you. And that's why Bhagavan comes, to again lift up Dharma. Because it has gone down, everything gets lost. So like that, over a long period of time, things get corrupted, worse and worse. And see, a practice which is so wonderful, which is so, which has society's interest so much at heart, that practice of the caste system and Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya is a wonderful system. Nothing is wrong with that system. What is wrong with the people who run anything? Nothing wrong with the system. And what a wonderful trendsetter there now by the sage Vasishta Maharaj to lift Guha off the floor and bring him to his heart. Somebody whose shadow also could not touch at that time. Jehi lakhi lakhana hutte adhika. See, Tulsidas is still going on describing. Tulsidas, he likes this. Everything else he describes in one line, half a line, quarter line. Jehi lakhi lakhan hutte adhika mile mudita munirau. He met Guha and lifted Guha off the floor and did that with more love than he met Lakshmana. This is the description. You read your Ramayana. You take your Ramayana and read it. So Sita pati bhajan ko pragata pratap prabhav. And this is the, would this have ever happened had Guru Vasishta not been there in that family where Bhagavan Ram was born? That would not have happened, you see. That's why Tulsidas is the greatness of bhajan and devotion and love for Ram. Everybody there got transformed. All the way up to the Guru. All because of the presence of Bhagavan Ram. He describes further. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
सानुज मिले पल महु सब काहू श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
कीन दूरी दुख दारुण दाहू श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
यह बड़ी बात राम के नाही
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जिमि घट कोटि एक रवि छाई
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय सानुज मिली फल महु सब काहू very strong line. I mean, lines that we should not overlook in Ramayana. Bhagwan Ram, now see, here in the ashram, Bharat and Shatrughna and Guha, they had come into the ashram, right? No, Bhagwan Ram, Sita, Lakshmana, that cannot be a big ashram. Only 3 people. Not like we ashram. 3 of them in a little ashram. So these 3 of them had come there. Then Guha tells, Hare, Guru has come. All the mothers have come. Bhagwan Ram ran from there and went to meet them. Now going there, what they will see? A huge army now. Now how many people you will meet? How many people Bhagwan will meet? Tulsidas ji described, Pal mein, in one moment, Sanuja mili mahu sabakahu. In one moment, Bhagwan Ram met every single soul. Bhagwan Shri Krishna also used to do this in Vrindavan. Bhagwan Ram manifested to every single person who had come in that entourage. In one moment, meeting everybody. Keen hi duri dukha daruna dahu. And he removed everybody's sorrow. In one moment. But if he's Bhagwan and he can't do that, does he know Bhagwan? Huh? And Tulsidas ji said the same thing. Yaha bari baat. Rama ke nahi. It is nothing big for Rama. What's so big in that? If he cannot do it, something wrong. You please remember this. People like to shut out certain possibilities from the karma of Bhagwan. Human beings who knows nothing of Bhagwan, he wants to shut out certain possibilities. Bhagwan cannot do this, Bhagwan cannot do that, Bhagwan cannot take an animal form, Bhagwan cannot fly in the sky, Bhagwan cannot take a form of an inanimate object. Bhagwan, who are you to tell what Bhagwan can do? An infinite reality of Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvagnya, Sarvavyapi, Sarvagnya, all knowing, all powerful, all pervasive, and you are telling he can't do this and can't do that? That is the height of human conceit. And if there is something which he cannot do, that means he is not Sarva Shaktiman. He is not omnipotent. So he can very well do anything. So he took as many forms as there were people there and removed everybody's sorrow and everybody's pangs of separation. And Tulsidas ji gives an example from Vedanta again. How every time he goes back to Vedanta, what is the example? Again, one sun is there in the sky, and you put a million pots here with water, you will see a million suns. Correct or not? Inside every pot you will see a sun. So in the very same way, as one sun is reflected in every pot with water, in the same way, one Bhagwan was there, reflecting in front of everybody. Example here. Or one Bhagwan was there appearing in front, because the sun appears in the pot. And in the same way, you can't look at that sun, you will not be able to look at this sun in the pot. You'll get blinded. Milike vatahi umagi anuraga purjana sakala sara hahi bhaga dekhi Ram dukhit mahatari. Now Rama looked at all the mothers. The queen mothers had come, and see Tulsidas Ji's line. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Pratham Ram Bheti Kaikeyi Saral Subhaya Bhagati Mati Bheyi Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Pag Parikina Prabodhu Bahori Kal Karam Vidhi Sirdhari Kori Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Syavar Ramachandra ki jai Pratham Ram Bheti Kaikeyi. Three queen mothers are there, and Rama goes first to Kaikeyi. What a Ram! Sarala Subhaya Bhagati Mati Bheyi, and which is pure, simple nature. Bhagwan Ram's pure, simple nature. Immediately, he softened up the heart of Kaikeyi. He lifted all her worry and sorrow. Pari Kina Prabodhu Bahori. And he fell on her feet. Bhagwan Ram fell on the feet of Kaikeyi, the same Kaikeyi who requested that he be exiled to the forest for 14 years. And Prabodhu Bahori. Kal Karama Vidhi Sirdhari Khori. Ma, you don't hold yourself responsible for any of this. This is all destiny only. Not one single word of blame. This is all destiny. Time, place, and Kal Karam. Time and karma, and destiny, vidhi. This is responsible. You don't hold yourself responsible for anything. Because he knows what the only thing that will be pounding on her heart is this guilt of having sent Rama to the forest. And right there, he knows exactly what will be pounding in her heart. And so he removes that there and then. And no one word of any ill will or anything. That is Rama, pure-hearted. Then रघुबर मातु सब करि प्रबोध परितोषु राम करि प्रबोध परितोषु अम्ब ईस आधीन जगु काहू न देय दोष सिया पर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण
पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय,
सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण Beti Raghubar Ma to Sabat, then he met the other, means Kausalya Ma and Sumitra Ma, now he met Kari Prabho the Parito Shu Amba Is Athina Jagu Kahuna Deya Dosha. He tells them, this universe is run by Ishvara. This universe is run by the Lord. Don't give blame to anybody. Because the other, you see, Kausalya or whoever, Kausalya of course never said anything. Sumitra had said a few words. So he tells, don't blame Kaikeyi. Don't blame anybody for, don't blame the king. Don't blame anybody for anything. This world is run by Ishvara. And therefore, he is in control of all things. Now, I want you to, and I told you, I was telling, he is meeting this one, he is meeting that one, he is meeting others, he met the mothers, and all of this is going on. And you know, several verses, pages passed, and now, after 246, several chaupais passed, several verses and pages passed. Now, the Guru speaks. Nripakar surpur gavanu sunawa.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Suni Raghunath dusah dukhu pawa.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Raghu Rama.
Jaya Raghu Rama.
Jaya Sita Rama.
Jaya Sita Rama.
Jaya Shri Rama. Jaya Shri Rama. Now, after all, how many people met who and all and coming down and this and that, and after all of that now, several verses and lines, pages, actually I just flipped 2 pages, right? Now, the Guru, Vasishta Maharaj, he told Dasharath ji Maharaj has gone to Surapur, Indralok. What is the strangest thing in this Ramayana? Those of you who are students of Ramayana, you study and all, you have to ask questions and think and reflect and go on, and this is what you have to do. When Bharat came from his Nana's place and came to the palace and he saw everybody in this condition and how they were there, and Bharat came to Kaikeyi's palace first and there, and within a moment Bharat asked, where is my father? Huh? Within a moment he asked, where is my father? Where is Pitaji? Tat kahan hai? Here, so many people met and this and all, Guru, mothers, everybody going down, and not one time did Bhagwan ask, where is Pitaji? Everybody came here, where is Pitaji? Bhagwan never asked, nor did anybody. Bhagwan also did not ask. Lakshmana did not ask. But that is a very, very strange thing. It is a natural thing you will ask, because if you're seeing all the mothers, and this is 2 pages back, if you're seeing all the mothers, when you see 3 queens there, where is Pitaji? Not a word he asked. which Bharata, the first, you have to give thought to that kind of thing. It is we can understand why Lakshmana did not ask. Because we had seen one place where Lakshmana said some bad words about the father. But why Rama did not ask? I can suggest certain things, but you also have to go and read and study and think about it. It's your homework. I give homework also in Ramayana. But don't worry, if you can't get the answer, you won't fail. You could still come. It took such a long time, and again Bhagavan did not ask. The Guru told. And now, when the Guru told Tulsidas, she described that news struck Bhagavan Ram like a thunderbolt. And he also says, Maran hetu nija nehu bichari, which is the correct thing. That Dasharatha ji Maharaj died because of his love for me, Bhagavan Ram. Now, there was Bharat feeling guilty because Bhagavan got exiled to the forest because of me. Now Bhagavan thinking Dasharatha ji Maharaj died because of me. This is a good thing also. Nobody in this world likes to accept responsibility for anything. The quickest thing we say is not me. Is it correct or not? This is a very good message actually. Both the brothers, quickly they blame themselves. Otherwise human beings don't like to blame them. Even when we do it also, we don't like to take responsibility for that. One mother telling her little boy, you are very irresponsible. You have no responsibility, you see you there. In Trini language. That boy says, how you mean? My teacher has tell me in class all the time, anything go wrong in this class, I am responsible. He is responsible for everything. I said, I am well responsible. But a human being is such even, and that is why, see, he will do the wrong thing, right? And then go and hire a lawyer to convince the judge that he didn't do it. You see? After one such thing, the lawyer asking the defendant now, his own client, because the lawyer just defended him in court, and they win the case too. So after that, the lawyer asking the client and defendant, so you really thieved our fowl? So you really thieved our fowl? He said, well, after I listened to you just now, I myself believe me a thief it. How good a man argue? So anyway, the nature of human beings is like this. When we are responsible, we try to prove to the world that we are not responsible for that. That is human being. But not the two of them. Bhagavan Ram now, he died because of me. Bhe ati bikala dhira dhura dhari. He became very much perturbed by this. Kulisa kathora sunata katubani. And it struck him like a thunderbolt. And then the Guru now explained to Bhagavan Ram, there Bharat had done, and we had seen all the Shrad, and if the Rishi told him, offer this thing, he'll offer 1,000 times that. Offer this jal, he'll offer 1,000 times that amount of jal. We had seen that thing. Here, now the Guru told all what Bhagavan Ram, this is after what, 2, 4, 7. To do the Shraddha Rama also, because usually the eldest son takes the lead in all of these things, isn't it? That is how it is done there. But because Bhagavan Ram was absent there, and see, this is another thing. If he's absent, then somebody else will have to do it. You see, the Praman is there in Ramayana. What is the tradition? The tradition is the eldest son is the one who stands in front, he takes the lead, the rest stand behind, and that is it, right? That is the tradition. But then the eldest son was not there. Right? So next in line. So if no sons are there, then next in line, daughter is there. Yes. It will come whether you like it or not. You see? Because if you are going next in line, then logical extension. So now the eldest son is there. So the Guru told on the Mandakini Tata, on the banks of Mandakini, they did all the Shrad for Dasharatha Ji Maharaj. Bhagwan Ram now doing the whole Shrad. Like this, they start there. Formality, now there will be formalities. Formality means what? But Bharat came there for something. Not only to meet Bhagwan Ram, he came to get Ram to go back. But that is not in today's Katha. Today's Katha, no. That is in. No, interesting, many interesting things are coming. You know what will happen there? Janakji Maharaj will come with his entourage also. From there, Janakpur. He will also reach there just now. This is plenty. Ayodhya Khan still has plenty to go. Lot of things. And on what basis? On how will Bharat tell Bhagwan Ram to go? And on what basis Bhagwan Ram will refuse? All that we have to see, all details yet. Huh? Okay. So I will stop there. And we will continue this tomorrow at the Amarjot Sabha Mandir, Kunupia on the main road there. Amarjot people are here. You meet them for directions. Okay. So today's Doha chanting, Dasha Doha chanting was done by Pandit Bisram ji and Vishala. Thank you for coming and chanting. Mayank has come to play tabla for us. Thank you so much, Mayank. Come a long way also. Prasad today will be received by Mr. Ram Pratap Ram Das ji. Today's Prasad. He's sitting here. This is the whole Ramayana which we did for 2 years, more than 500 hours. For all of you at the temple to enjoy. And a flashback. Yes. Okay, very good. All right. Thank you. Then I will have some announcements and then we will have vote of thanks. Please look at our bookstall at the back. What is the pen drive? So we have now the... Oh, okay. Ramcharitamanas pen drive with... Okay. Akhanda Ramayana Path means the whole Ramayana chanted. Those who want to hear the chanting of the whole Ramayana, this is a pen drive also by Apuja Guruji, who sings in various ragas and also very nicely. Guruji is such a great singer. Facing fear. Those who afraid zombie and all kind of things. Facing fear. And Trinidad have more things to fear. Yeah. Because in other countries when you go, they don't have Lagahu and Duen and all kind of things. But here have more things to fear, isn't it? So you need this book. These are stickers. See, stickers for your children. By these type of means, you introduce them. Oh, then you ask, who is this? Look at this picture. When they see the Veena, oh, that's Mother Saraswati. So they could stick that sticker on their books, stick that sticker on their mirror, on their, like that. So these are all stickers of the various gods and all. So all it is little things we have for children at the bookstore. And then there are nice t-shirts with forms of Bhagwan there. Okay. Please have a look on your way out. Okay. Now several things are coming up at the ashram. We have the Chai Sanmelan on the 6th, Samashti Hanuman Puja on the 16th of April. This is coming up next month. We'll have 108 bedis lined up like this and you can do puja there. You'll have to book your bedi as early as possible. On May 30th, we have the Chai Sanmelan. You can come and try some chai. Try the chai with a little samosa and gourmet pizza. Then in July we have our 25th anniversary family camp. 20th to 24th of July, you have to come and stay in the ashram for 5 days. It's a very, very important thing. Those are things which are practiced in India, which we have lost. All sadhaks in India, they go, they leave their homes, they go on Tirat and they stay. When we go from Felicity to Shagona's market, we hurry to reach back home. Or we go anywhere, Kunupia. Oh God, when I reach home? We don't like to leave our, we are pakka householders. We hold on to the house very good. We have to learn to be away from it also. Felicity, yeah. Then on 20th of March, we'll have a brunch at a Garam Masala restaurant. You have to call for a reservation. There'll be entertainment also. Garam Masala, 20th of March. All right. You all might be knowing, here in Felicity, we have a school, a preschool. Well, because of COVID and all, now it was not functioning, but now it will resume. The land was donated to us, an acre of land, and we have to pay the stamp duty on that, which comes up to $92,350.05 maybe, somewhere there, right? And we are asking, because the conveyance of the property costs money. Now see, a charitable organization get land, people donate, so that part is good. But then who will pay the government? No. That is the tough part, that is the challenging part, you see? So the government sent a valuator, valued the land for 1.2 million. Then now we have to pay them 92 million, thousand. So those of you who can assist in any way. And I was thinking a very simple thing. 92 people give 1,000 each, we pay it. So if you can donate in any way like this, and don't worry, and when you, like that, when you give, just let your mind be free and give. Don't say, oh God, Swamiji, man, you're twisting my hand, man. Don't give like that, Because when you give like that, and we go and we pay the money for the school, and the little children and them come, their belly go hot. When you have to give, just give freely. Don't ever think about that thing again. All right. So this is about our Felicity School. Now we will have vote of thanks by Mr. Ram Naresh Dautal. Last name is Dautal.
Hari Om, Namaste, Sita Ram, everybody. Swamiji, it is always a pleasure. I've been to the school, Chinmaya. My two sons went there. May not have been the best experience for them, but it came out really, really good at the end. So we must really, Swamiji is coming here, but it's the organization, Chinmaya, Swamiji, and the Chinmaya organization, the mission. They're doing so much work in Trinidad and Tobago. We were talking today that we need to, they say it's Ramayana country, but who sings Ramayana? We couldn't get somebody in Felicity to do the Ramayana today. So this is why Bisram ji had to fill in. One or two guys said they could probably do it, like when they were going to jump over the ocean. Angad said that he perhaps could go, but may not be able to come back. So at the speed at which this 80, 90 lines, go, only, I guess, Bisram ji today could have done that. So thank you very much, sir, and of course your daughter and the team. Today it's really, really a pleasure to have you here with us. And of course, we want to thank all those who supported today to making this program a beautiful evening. Today is really wonderful when we could all sit together and sing the praises of Sri Ram, talk about his pastimes, and so, especially from you, Swamiji. And the little quips and jokes. You have everybody going with that. And that is something that, we need to take up somewhere. So, Sri Bisramji, I'm sure you and perhaps the mission, we could start something in Felicity someday. We had started a Ramayana class many years ago when we were a little younger. But then this one get married and that one get married and class. And that was it. You know, so all of you remember the Chinmaya mission, ashram. Go visit sometimes. There are lots of programs. I know the chai sammelan. It's really wonderful. I think Swamiji, he makes the chai himself. Yeah? All right, so get involved in that. And look, Dodze, the Vice President, I'd like to invite our President to present Swamiji with a small token of our appreciation. And while she's making her way on stage, I'm sure we know a lot of our children go to the school, the Vidyalaya here, and I am sure that you all would love to support this. So to our members who, I know Chinmaya friends are always supporting every day. But today, indeed, we'll be passing around the arati and we'll have a basket, and whatever you give today would all go towards this project, right? So empty your pockets. So Swamiji, this is a small token, and we know to go 108 nights, Sharon, it's not easy. So I know your diet has to be up to standard every night. So we appreciate you coming, and thank you very much for that. So thanks again to everybody. Of course, you know, these guys have been going every night, and many of you also. I'd like to thank our guys from the sound system. Is Kevin? Ravi and Kiran. Yes, you know, we see them every night going, and of course to 101.7. I know Mr. Hanuman Singh is really, he loves this, and we love the promotion. So thank you very much, 101.7, and indeed, Mr. Hanuman Singh. Thanks again. My 2 minutes is over. It's a little more than 2. Right. So thanks again to everybody, and feel free to visit this mandir anytime. It's open all the time. To you and Swamiji, you can come. If there's any other night somebody cancel,
Okay.
we'd be happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Let us all stand for Arati. Arati Shri Ramayana Ji ki, Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi ki. Arati Shri Ramayana Ji ki, Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi ki. Davat Brahmadika Muni Narada Valmiki Vijnana Visarada Sukha Sanakadi Sesha Arusarada Karni Pavan Sutta Kirati ki.
Arati Shri Ramayana Ji ki, Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi ki.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सियोपी की
यावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश छौ शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस मुनिजन धन संतन को सर्वस चार अंश सम्मत सब की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित ललित सियापी की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित ललित सियापी की।
यावत संतत शंभु भवानी अरुहत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि वर्ज बखानी कागभूषुंड गरुड़ के ही की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की,
कीर्ति कलित
ललित सियापी की।
आरती श्री
रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित जुबग सिंगार मुक्ति जुबती दलन रोग भव मूर्यमी की तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की बोलो आरती श्री रामायण जी की
कीर्ति कवित ललित सियति आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कवित ललित सियति
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव।